Good just added its newest member. Stick around to the end of the video where you'll have a chance to potentially have a question submitted to the newest Good member. I'm Dougie from the Golf Clan. If you're new, please go ahead and slap that red subscribe button. Go ahead and turn it gray. It just tells YouTube that you enjoy this video and allows me to keep making more of these videos. We have big news in the YouTube golf space, and I had to drop what I was doing, which included packing up and moving. I had to totally drop that to make sure to pump out a video because this is hot off the press. Good added its newest member. I didn't see it coming. Let's jump right into it. Brad Dalke is joining Good. He just put out a video on his channel sharing the news. He had kind of alluded on Instagram that he may have a big news item coming up. I didn't see it being that. You know, Brad and Ben Hadden are both good athletes, and they're kind of affiliated. They're kind of going on trips, but they're sort of rotating in and out. And Brad is now making that next step, which is huge. So let's dive into what Brad shared and kind of what that means for Good moving forward, including, is this a good move for Good? So Brad recently shared that he'll be moving from Oklahoma to Dallas. This is huge. He's relocating currently from Oklahoma City down to Dallas. It's about 3 hours. And so that kind of is enough of a barrier to stop Brad from having instant access to jumping in some of the good videos or jumping into some of the other guys' channels, and also pulling those guys into matches on his channel. So not only is he moving from Oklahoma City down to Dallas, leaving all of his family back in Oklahoma City, he will be moving into the Good house, which is big news. Moving into the house is huge for Brad because now he's gonna be around the guys more often and just kind of, it's sort of like when you start a new job and it's like, should I stay and work at home? Should I be in the office? And then if you just happen to be sitting in the office and a partner has like a new assignment, they're gonna look around and see which maybe associate or new hire is available to do the work. So just by being there and kind of hearing about workflow, you're gonna get more opportunities. Same thing here with the Good. Being in Dallas and being in the Good house means that, when one of the guys just wants to roll out and make a video, Brad's just gonna be there. He can just kind of appear in videos, and I think it's gonna help his channel tremendously. So Brad shared that he will be joining more Good trips, and we've seen him appear in a lot of Good trips, but sort of as fill-in as an athlete, and now I think it's just gonna be more as like a main staple. And then he's also gonna be taking over the Good Extra channel, which he acknowledged was sort of Grant's previous role. So he chatted with Kendrick, he chatted with Garrett in the UK about stepping in and making more instructional content and potentially sort of taking creative lead for the Good Extra channel, because he can bring that instructional background, and it just fills another need of the Good audience members who want to get better at golf, and Brad can kind of step in and take lead on that, which is huge. He did say in his video that he's not officially the 6th member of Good, that the guys and Good as a brand wants to remain as 5 core members. So Brad is sort of, if here's a Good athlete and here's a full-time Good member, Brad is now squarely in the middle of that, and I don't even know what to call that. He's joined Good, but he's not a Good member, but he's more than a Good athlete. Maybe we need a term for that. Comment down below if there's some type of a term for where Brad sits, and more on that later. I will address that at the end of the video. The other thing that Brad talked about is that a year or so ago, he just wasn't in a great mental headspace trying to pursue professional golf. It's financially taxing, and it's so hard to make it. And so while Brad has dreams of playing on the PGA Tour, obviously he's super talented. We've covered this in past videos. He's won the US Amateur, he's played the Master, he's played in the US Open. He's a very decorated junior golfer. Played at Oklahoma, made a putt to clinch the national championship while at Oklahoma, right? So he wants to play professional, but trying to pursue professional golf is very financially demanding. And so he said that he thought about doing Q School later in the year, playing on the Korn Ferry Tour, and then said, even if I make it through Q School, how am I gonna be able to sustain traveling and playing in all those events, it's just a lot of pressure, right? And so he acknowledged that this opportunity with Good was sort of, I don't want to say it fell into his lap, but he's good friends with Quan, and it was just sort of the right timing. It was a God thing, is what Brad said. And the opportunity is just massive. It's totally massive. When I first started covering Brad, I would say a couple weeks ago, a month ago, Brad was at 14,000 subscribers, and his channel has just been doing really, really well. I'm looking it up, his most updated statistics, but he was at 14K pretty quickly. He jumped to 10K quickly. Now he's at 23.8 thousand subscribers. And so his channel is, for lack of a better word, exploding. And he sees the opportunity with Good. It's only going to do better. Playing, one of his recent videos was against Bubby and Steve. So playing these matches against the Good guys on his personal channel, he sees the opportunity. He's doing really, really well. And he's going to put professional golf on pause for the time being. And that kind of cements one of the points that I made in a previous video talking about Micah, who competed in the Osprey Valley Open and has sort of decided to pursue professional golf and make that one of his top goals. My point was, it's nearly impossible. If your name is not George Bryan, if you don't already have a very successful YouTube channel, a team around you helping you with your YouTube channel, and a very decorated amateur and professional or collegiate background. George he set the all-time scoring record at South Carolina. If you don't have all those factors, it's nearly impossible. And how George still does it, I don't know. He's a freak in terms of being able to balance Brian Burroughs, the camera, training, nearly qualifying into the Wyndham Championship. He's going to do Q School later this year. So George is like a unicorn in terms of being able to balance both of that. But for other people, it's just nearly impossible, because YouTube's a full-time job and professional golf is a full-time job. And I think it makes a lot of sense, and it shows some maturity from Brad to realize, hey, I can't do both of these things because they require my full-time energy. And this good opportunity is like massive. I see a huge potential here. My channel is exploding. There's a chance for me to take over Good Labs, or the extra channel, move into the Good house in Dallas. I mean, where's Brad's channel going to be in a year? I mean, he's just putting in so much energy and juice, and I think that his channel can just continue to skyrocket. So I think it makes sense to kind of set down the professional golf aspirations for the time being. And when I chatted with Ben Hadden, he was saying that he currently sort of has to split his day between balancing professional golf and YouTube. And one of his goals is to hire on his videographer, Jalen, full time. So Ben's trying to do it both right now, but the second that he's able to build a team to help him with YouTube, his plan is to, and we chatted about this in a video on my channel, is to play in professional tournaments and just have YouTube kind of, I don't want to say done for him, but to not have to carry that lift of YouTube, because he wants to bring his videographer Jalen on full time to travel, to do editing, and just to kind of run the YouTube as he does professional golf. So that's another way to potentially do it, is to kind of outsource as much of YouTube as possible, but it's still difficult to balance it both. Next, I want to talk about, is this a good move for Good? So I don't know if you follow one of the subreddits, Good meme subreddit, but they put out a poll a little while ago saying, who do you want the sixth member of Good to be? It's AJ, Ben, Brad, or other, I believe were the options. And Brad was the overwhelming top pick. And so did Good see that? Did Kendrick see that? Did Garrett see that? Did the team kind of look at that? Who knows? I mean, this could be a legitimate circumstance where Good corporate has been listening to the subreddit in terms of who do the fans find most natural of a fit to join Good. Oh, Brad's kind of the leader. Let's maybe elevate him from athlete to whatever we're going to call this in the middle. And I think that's powerful. I don't think that goes unnoticed. I think that they do listen to some of the subreddit comments. And Brad, for me, kind of had a breakout moment when he was in the UK major with Peter Finch at Royal Troon, and just had some unbelievable up and downs, and it was just sort of, he's just a natural fit. People just kind of vibe with his personality. He doesn't try to be anybody but himself, and his game is just undeniable. So he can really challenge Quan, and he just brings this other dynamic to the videos, and people have really gotten used to seeing him in the videos and want him to be a mainstay. So I think that's huge for Brad. What does this mean for Ben or AJ? I don't know. I think that there's a world in which Ben Hadden has a similar move in the coming months, and he's elevated from athlete to something more. You know, I chatted with Ben about his desire to move from Kansas to Dallas for similar reasons that Brad mentioned, just being around the guys, and it's easier to film with them on his own channel. So that move could potentially happen in the coming months. And AJ just moved into the Good house. And so could AJ join Good as a member in the future? I certainly think he could, especially with how close he is with Garrett, and that he moved into the Good house, you know, before anyone else, or before Brad or Ben did, shows a lot. So my theory, my hypothesis is that Good and Garrett maybe is leaving a 6th spot open for full-time members for AJ to sort of grow into when the time is right. So I think AJ is on track to be a full-time 6th member, and they're just sort of waiting until that timing is right. But him being in the Good house just makes sense, and him and Garrett are sort of like the new Garrett and Grant. So that makes a lot of sense. But I wanted to get this out quickly. Brad Dalke, the 6th member of Good, well, I shouldn't say that. Brad Dalke officially joins Good, even though he's not yet a full-time member. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. Go ahead and bump the thumbs up button, and stay tuned for more updates in the YouTube golf space. I'm Dougie. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, I forgot to mention that I will be chatting with Brad Dalke soon. We're trying to work on scheduling an interview. So if you have a question you would like to be submitted to Brad, and I'll shout you out. If it's a good question, drop a question down below that you want me to ask Brad in an interview that we have coming up. That's going to be it for this episode. See you in the next one.